Once upon a time, in a vast and opulent kingdom, there lived a young prince named Siddhartha. He resided in a magnificent palace, surrounded by every luxury imaginable. Yet he could not find happiness within the walls of his grandeur. Despite having all the material riches at his disposal, Siddhartha was troubled by the suffering he witnessed outside the palace walls. Each day, the prince observed the struggles of the common people, the sick, the elderly, and the impoverished, and it pained him deeply. He yearned to understand the reason behind such suffering and the true purpose of life. One fateful night, unable to sleep, Siddhartha decided to venture beyond the palace grounds, accompanied by his loyal charioteer Chandaka. Disguised in ordinary clothing, they set forth into the streets of the kingdom, determined to explore the world that lay beyond the gilded facade of royalty. As they roamed the city, they encountered scenes of both joy and sorrow. Siddhartha's heart was stirred as he witnessed the plight of the poor, the struggles of the sick, and the anguish of those who had lost their loved ones. These experiences left an indelible mark on the young prince, planting a seed of deep introspection in his soul. Determined to seek answers to the questions that gnawed at him, Siddhartha embarked on a series of secret excursions exploring the kingdom's villages, forests, and monasteries. Along his journey, he met with spiritual teachers, philosophers, and ascetics, hoping to find wisdom that would quench his thirst for understanding. Despite learning valuable lessons from each encounter, Siddhartha remained unsatisfied. His quest for truth seemed insatiable, and he felt as though he was grasping at shadows, unable to grasp the elusive essence of enlightenment. One day, as the prince wandered alone through a serene grove, he came across an old and weary monk meditating under the shade of a Bodhi tree. There was a serene aura about the monk, and Siddhartha was inexplicably drawn to him. The monk opened his eyes and smiled warmly at the young prince. "Who are you, and what brings you here?" Siddhartha asked with a mix of curiosity and reverence. "I am Asita, a humble seeker of truth," the monk replied gently. "And what brings you to this sacred place, my prince?" With candor in his voice, Siddhartha shared his inner turmoil, the quest for meaning, and the suffering he had witnessed. Asita listened attentively, understanding the prince's yearning for knowledge. "My prince," the monk began, "suffering is an inherent part of life, but it can be transcended through self-realization. The answers you seek lie not in the external world, but within your own heart and mind." Asita then shared tales of ancient wisdom and spoke of the path to enlightenment, a journey of self-discovery and detachment from worldly attachments. He explained that the root cause of suffering is the human mind's propensity to cling to desires and material possessions, leading to a perpetual cycle of discontent. Siddhartha hung on to every word, and at that moment he felt an inexplicable connection with the teachings of the wise monk. It was during one of his moments of deep contemplation that he realized the root of all suffering is attachment. Siddhartha's heart yearned to walk this path of enlightenment, to free himself from the shackles of attachment and discover the true essence of life. In a moment of profound clarity, Siddhartha saw that it was human attachment to desires and material possessions that led to anxiety, fear, and disappointment. He understood that the relentless pursuit of worldly pleasures only led to temporary happiness, and this impermanence was the source of much suffering. Filled with newfound purpose, Siddhartha made a momentous decision. He resolved to renounce his princely life and embark on a journey of asceticism and self-discovery. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Siddhartha vowed to seek enlightenment under the very same Bodhi tree where he had met Asita. With a heavy heart, Siddhartha bid farewell to his life of luxury, his concerned family, and the kingdom he once called home. Clad in simple robes, he embraced a life of austerity, wandering the wilderness in search of spiritual truth. Thus, the journey of Siddhartha Gautama, the young prince who would later be known as Gautama Buddha, began. Little did he know that his quest for understanding would lead him to profound revelations and ultimately change the course of history and the lives of millions forever.